Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Jenny Montgomery. Welcome to another half hour of information to help you make the most of your time, to make informed decisions, and to keep up with what's going on around Greater Augusta. We'll meet a very inspirational woman in Grovetown today who puts others above herself with real joy. Pat Grice is special, and you'll see why soon. But first, have you ever wanted to start a business? Maybe you want to explore a second career, but you just don't know where to start. This really applies to retired women who may be thinking about an encore career. Mark your calendars now for Saturday, May 12th. She Blossoms presents Pursue with Crystal Smith, a moment of mentorship for women. And look at the speakers there, from ministry, from finance, from beauty, and also the keynote speaker, Amy Kilpatrick. The event is going to take place at the Snelling Center on Washington Road. And Crystal Smith joins me now to tell us much more about Pursue and about She Blossoms and what She Blossoms does in our community. But so Crystal, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Well, Crystal's a motivational speaker, and she has written books. She's also a single mom, and I just have so much respect for single mothers because I know it's very, very hard. I don't know how you manage with sons 9 and 11, yes. your sons, but you do manage, and you have your own identity too outside of being a mom.
Yes.
You're a motivational speaker, and this is what leads you to put on conferences like this.
That's right. I'm very passionate about helping women to identify the gifts that they have in them that they can use to help others. And I want women to know that just because you have a family, just because you have children, that doesn't mean that you cannot still use the gifts that you have to help others and to pursue your dreams as well.
I think we get so hung up on labels. Mm-hmm. And just because we become, a wife or we become a mother, we don't stop being, Jenny or Crystal.
Right.
And we're still on our path and on our journey to fulfill all that we can be. And I've read your book, and that's what you're saying to women as well.
Yes.
You're still doing you.
Absolutely. And the Centered Woman book that you read, mm-hmm. it's actually what inspired me to start She Blossoms. If you look at the cover of the Centered Woman, there's a picture of a flower, mm-hmm. and the flower represents women. We are beautiful. We are also very unique. If you look at a flower, even though the flowers may look alike, they're all different, mm-hmm. and they all have intrinsic value. So even though we're all women, or we may all be wives or mothers, we all have specific gifts, and we all have specific things that we can do to help others. So it doesn't stop once you have a family. You can still help others.
Right, right. Now, the conference that's coming up on the 12th of May, how did you put this assortment of women together? How did you get all these great women to be a part of it?
Well, I'm so excited about Pursue, because Pursue is what She Blossoms is all about: pursuing your goals, your dreams. And I couldn't think of anyone better than Amy Kilpatrick. I heard her speak at First Baptist Church a few months ago, uh-huh. and she was talking about how to make your business the best that it can be. And she had so much insight, and I was so impressed by all of her wisdom and all of her experience. And when I heard her speak, I wanted her to share all of her knowledge with the women in the community, because a lot of people may not have heard her speak, mm-hmm. but she has a wealth of knowledge on how to make your business effective, how to get referrals. And a lot of women, they want to step out, but they just don't know how. They don't know where to begin.
Right.
So
right.
She has a lot of experience in that area. So I'm so excited about Amy.
I think too, you're touching on something maybe for women who are interested in going back to work. Maybe they've had time off raising children or whatever. Maybe they're just starting in the workplace. It looks like you'll be certainly addressing professional image, mm-hmm. With the folks that you have here with hair and makeup and your finance person. And these are all really important. A lot of different things are going to be discussed. And what I find sometimes is, maybe even with listening to Amy, you might not know what questions you have. You know, you might be thinking about starting, and you may think, well, I don't know. I don't know where to begin. I don't know how to ask anything. Just go anyway.
Yes.
Because sometimes when you're hearing, that is what makes you think of questions, and you begin to apply it to yourself.
And I want women to know that this doesn't mean that you have to quit your job and just start a business. You might want to do something on the side. And a lot of times, like you said, people are afraid to fail. Well, if you have something that's in you, something that you've always wanted to do, you may start something and you don't have to worry about failing, because that may lead to the thing that will lead to the thing that you're really supposed to do.
Absolutely.
So it's okay. We will have a panel discussion. We will have question and answer session within the conference so that the women who come can ask questions. And we don't want anyone to be afraid of failure.
No, you know, in my own life, I had a career change, and I was leaving a business where I had been successful, but I always wanted to write, and I always wanted to be a journalist, and I had to make that decision that I was more afraid of waking up one day and being 40. Yes. Okay, I was in my 20s at the time. All right. Now I would love to wake up and be 40. I was more afraid at the time of waking up and being 40 and thinking, what if I had tried that journalism thing, than I was of failing. Yes. I had to get to that point where the what if, that road not taken, was scarier to me than failure.
And you know, Jenny, I have the same testimony. I have a master's degree and a bachelor's degree in kinesiology with an emphasis in exercise science. So I worked in health and fitness for 16 years.
Wow.
And what I got most out of that was helping women to improve their fitness, but my main passion was just helping the women. It wasn't necessarily exercise and nutrition,
but
I
their whole
used
life.
that.
Yes.
But what I found was that was not what I was really supposed to be doing. But I just knew that I needed to go to college and get a job and do something where I knew I would get a paycheck, which you should do, but I'll be 40 next year, and I'm just now really walking in this women's ministry and women's empowerment, but it took me 16 years
to do it.
Of working in another field.
All right, I'm going to tease an upcoming show right now. Crystal is going to come back, and we're going to trade our little life stories, because our journeys sound so familiar. And so we'll have to do another episode on that one time, Crystal. But before you go, I want to show you the details again about the Pursue conference coming up. It is Saturday, the 12th of May, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Snelling Center. Go online, crystalesmith.com, register there, and it's an event that you surely don't want to miss. Crystal, love to see you. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you.
Next on Jennie, meet